within airline, various issues with stakeholders. This CPD group, employees can go there and, complain, and all passengers can easily, and it's been used fully. And we have full reports coming from the public.
You give us an example, any complaint of a passenger that has been addressed, and in how long?
Oh, there are many.
Was it addressed?
There are many. From baggage, missing their baggage, missing their flight, delay flight. Other the airlines are not according them the proper, in case of flight delay, the convenient, the hotels or something in that area. There are a lot of complaints that come. It's amazing that you see the reports. And we are working through the system. We always get in touch with the stakeholder, the operators of those complaints, and follow them all the way. So that is what that group does for us. And they are all over the airport.
This question may sound, unbelievable, but as little as organization at the airports, some airlines, oh boy, are terrible, to say the least. In terms of organization, when you get to the airport to get your ticket, even to be on a queue, it's either a tout approaches you to help you out, and you ask yourself, why can't they simply just organize themselves?
Yes, it is all very unpleasant experience for anybody to go through that, especially if you are expecting a very efficient service and you get there. And these are things within the operators that we always constantly talking to them about. Sometimes training will take care of that, and they are doing that. We caution them for their staff in the airport. We expected a certain level of service, and they assured us of doing this what you just said about.
Let me quickly bring this in before my guys come in. The question of ticketing and the price.
Yes.
How come this minute you approach this airline, it's a certain price. You come back the next minute, the price has gone higher. Not even lower, higher. And this happens with almost reckless, consistently, I should say.
Yes.
Why
it is very irritating.
You heard about it?
Oh, we heard about it, and this is one of those complaints that always come down to the CPD, the Consumer Protection Department, that we we do some kind of investigation. Also, we have a program in our system through our commercial and statistic unit. We request them to file tariff format and publish their tariff, which is required. One of the required the criteria for operating in Nigeria, which they do.
They publish the tariff?
Yeah, they publish, they file. We want them to file it for us.
Okay.
And of course, within the airlines, we cannot publish because of competition. But we do have, we ask them to file that. They have it. But humanly, things will happen in the airport that sometimes surprises you.
Oh dear.
But we are working to lessen those. We, the regulators, who face the same thing you face. Sometimes you are asked the question, why this fluctuation, wide fluctuation of prices? But these are issues that we are confronting day by day, trying to lessen for the traveling public.
I think it's so big a problem, we must really take it headlong, because I remember when the minister took up the issue of international flights, talking about the disparity. Yeah. But now here we are, locally, we're also having the same disparity, and even fluctuation of prices for fares, airfares rather. If we can't handle that now, when can we truly look into it?
I think the fare issue here with the regulatory authorities that is there now, we are doing a lot of things behind the scenes, and we also are not happy with what is going on. And currently, maybe few operators out there. Current fare now competitively is pretty. Some of them are pretty low. Some of them are, yes, maybe high. but we are going after them. So we are not leaving.
Just quickly here before we actually run out of time, let's talk about the issues of claims and compensation, especially as it relates to the victims of the Dana crash. Looking at the front page of the Nigerian Tribune, we're getting to see a huge amount of money here, $100,000. Whether it is for just an individual, family, or collectively, perhaps tell us what has been happening concerning the families of some of those that have come up for claims.
Thank you. And it's one of those things that I like to then refer to some of my notes to be accurate, because this is a very serious solemn occasion.
All right, you can go through your notes.
First of all, I will say I will express the condolences of the Honorable Minister of Aviation to the families of the victims, and to give you the status compensation liability report up to date to those who are viewing public for the benefit of them. We have 156 souls that we lost on that day. 146 passengers and 7 crew members. 95 family victims have collected checks of $30,000
each.
As interim compensation. Family of 10 victims have collected checks of $100,000 as final compensation. Checks for 21 victims are ready for final payment of $100,000. Claimants' agreements are being awaited for execution. Family of 5 victims have refused advance payment for various reasons, among which is litigation. Family of 72 victims have gone to court, inclusive of family of 39 victims who had collected initial payment of $30,000, and family of 3 victims who had collected the final payment of $100,000. Over 62 families are foreign representations. Family of 3 crew members have received initial payment of $30,000, and of these, 1 has collected payment of $100,000. Lagos State Probate Court has finalized processing of letter of administration for 24 families of the victim. The letters have already been signed and are waiting to be collected. This is the up-to-date information of the liability report that we have up to date.
The ones that have collected just in the initial payment, when will they get their balance?
The initial
the ones that have collected $30,000, when will they get the balance?
Yeah, they are going through what we call the authentication process now, and in that area we involve the probate court registry to the arbiter in between